Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today we're recording at Alexandra Palace, and I'm with Jordan over here, and we're going to be taking a look at how to do the grapevine. So what we're going to do now is just break the grapevine down into a few different steps for you to follow and practice when you've got time. But just keep in mind, the way that we explain it is sort of a rule of thumb, and if you feel comfortable doing it with different legs in front of other legs, that's fine. This is just going to be a basic starting point for you to begin with. So to start off the grapevine, you're going to need to be able to do a half lemon going forwards. That's going to involve pushing outside with both of your skates using your inside edges, and then pulling them inside to bring your skates back together again. I'll show you what that looks like. You'll notice when he does the forwards, the lemon coming forwards towards me, or the half lemon, you'll notice that his feet aren't side by side, they're not parallel, one will be in front of the other. We'll show you what we mean. So you can see after he does the lemon, one foot goes in front of the other. You normally want your strongest leg to be at the back and your weakest leg to be at the front. So that's step one of the grapevine. After you've learnt the half lemon coming forwards with your strongest leg behind and your weakest leg in front, one in front of the other, the next part after that is to be able to do a forwards to backwards transition. So we'll show you what that looks like with the step one and step two all together. So you'll notice from the half lemon going forwards, when his weakest leg is in front and his strongest leg's behind, when he does the forwards to backwards transition, his strongest leg will be in front and the weaker leg will be behind. We'll show you what that looks like. So the strongest leg is behind. When he does the forwards to backwards transition, the strongest leg switches to being in front. So now we're going to show you step 1, 2 and 3 all together. Step 3 is probably the most tricky part. I'll show you what that looks like. That's step 2, and this is step 3. So after you've performed a forwards to backwards transition and you're drifting backwards, you're going to want to turn your right skate, if you're copying the example that we've shown you, turn your right skate to the side and lean on the outside edge around the toe section of your right skate. And while you're doing this, keep in mind most of your body weight is going to be in that right skate. You're then going to want to use the right skate's outside edge, leaning around the toe section, to pull your left skate back until your left skate and your right skate's toes are both facing each other in that V shape that we keep talking about. You'll also notice that a lot of skaters' heels will come up off the ice as they're rotating from backwards to forwards, and that's because they're leaning so heavily on their outside edges around the toe section of their blades. So you want to note and make sure that you're doing the same thing, which allows you to transition much smoother. Once you reach that V shape with both of your toes or your feet, you're then going to want to switch your weight from your right skate to your left skate as you then pull with your outside edge on your left skate. And at this point, you're going to want to use your hips as well as the momentum if you're traveling backwards to then spin and rotate your body from backwards to forwards. And that's the third step switch that we keep talking about. Taking a look at this clip, keeping in mind the example that we've shown you earlier, you're going to be going backwards. As we said in this example, our left leg is going to be our strongest leg, our right leg is going to be our weakest leg. What are you going to be doing as you're going backwards? Imagine I'm travelling backwards. You're then going to use your right leg, turn to the side while you're leaning on the outside edge around the toe section of your right skate. You then use the outside edge on your right skate to pull your left skate back. Once you get into the V position over here where your feet are pretty much facing in a V position, your knees should be nice and close together as you can see there. You're then going to start pulling with your left leg's outside edge. As always, you're using your outside edges, and it's important to mention that you're going to be leaning quite heavily on your toe section of the outside edge. So as I said, you'll be leaning on your outside edges around the toe section. During the rotation from going backwards to forwards while your feet are in this V, you'll notice that a lot of skaters will lift their heels off the ice and it will just be the toe section of the blade on the ice. That's due to them leaning heavily on the outside edge around the toe section, so keep that in mind while you're practicing this. So you're going to be using this skate, pulling back,
and at the same time using the momentum of you traveling backwards, you're going to use this to rotate you or spin you round so you can then face the other direction. So taking another look at it, you're going backwards, turn your right skate to the side, you're going to be using the outside edge around the toe section to pull your left skate back. Once you get into the V-set position, knees together, you're then going to be pulling with your left skate's outside edge, again around the toe section. Use the momentum of you going backwards, along with using your hips to twist yourself back around the other side, so you go from going backwards to forwards. Just take a look at the clip that we'll show you next, and that should help to clear it up a bit better.